Hey y'all, Conservative Brother Daily here, back with another CBD rant, bringing you a based black face in a woke white place. Um, I'm here to talk about part two of Black Girl Tragic. I actually recorded this video a little while back, had been having some little uploading issues, video file stuff, working on getting a more streamlined, efficient workflow, so this is officially it here. So much more smaller video files, less process. So it was based on a last few months, especially in December when The Color Purple was coming out. Taraji P Henson, known from Baby Boy and Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Cookie on Empire. She started doing the ramblings of unfair pay. We need more equity, the way she, left Empire and she wasn't able to leverage her talent to get other work. Obviously there's some base stuff there. You had Paula J. Parker come out around the same time a few months ago talking about she got like a 50 cent, 70 cent check, royalty check, residuals check from some films, which is not all that uncommon, especially like black or white as far as residuals. And you got 98% of people in the SAG Screen Actors Guild and all the other guilds in Hollywood that are making peanuts. They all got day jobs, and it's really that 2, 3, 1% that are making the millions of dollars and at least able to pay their bills fully. So this brought up a great conversation as well with Monique. Monique recently was on Club Shay Shay. Not long after the infamous Cat Williams interview on Club Shay Shay. Cat Williams talking about this is the year of truth. And we're seeing that kind of unfold more and more. So when Monique was on the show as well, I mean, just for years, going back to 2009, where basically she broke down the fact on how, she had done numerous press tours for Precious, leading up to the Oscar season. And, she kind of fulfilled her duties. And just from her perspective, you only go off of her perspective. Everybody has their own side of the story. But she basically said that when it came to Cannes Film Festival, they were like, you have to be there. And I think it was either like a family commitment or just something personal where she was like, I just didn't decide I didn't want to make the trip overseas for that Cannes Festival, which is like a fancy festival over in France. So it is a commitment. It's not like you're in LA. You could just drive somewhere that evening and come back. So apparently Monique had done numerous press junkets for Precious throughout 2009 and early 2010, and it was up until this Cannes Festival that there was like this pressure, like you have to do. Tyler Perry got on her, Lee Daniels got on her, and and that's where kind of the black ball started. And then of course, over the years she's been very outspoken, speaking down with Steve Harvey and talking about what Oprah did and Tyler Perry, how they coordinated with her to kind of ruin her career. And then once again, there's still some aspects to it. I mean, I think she's definitely back on the come up. She's doing in her independent thing. She's doing her tours. I think she's taking a couple cues from Cat Williams. But yeah, there was definitely a lot of turmoil, a lot of damage. And for years, I even kind of bought into a lot of it. Like, okay, Monique's just that angry black woman who's difficult. And that's like the kiss of death. Just ask original Hillary from original Vivian Banks, from Fresh Prince. So this goes back years of systemic sort of things going on. So I think what Monique mentioned on Club Shay Shay was the fact on how with the Parkers, I think the IP from the Parkers with syndication ended up making like $500 million. And her and Constance Vaughn, who played her daughter on the Parkers sitcom, are still fighting for their royalties. They're still fighting for that. For a lot of the money they were left out. So I think Monique mentioned like it wasn't so much like, oh, they're just out to get these black women or whatever it is. I think it was just the fact that no one ever sat down and told her she needs to do X with this contract or she needs to use this likeness in this term of the contract. So it's unfortunate just to where it makes you think about, we need to ask the question, like, who is her manager? Who is her guy? And this goes for Taraji as well. Who are the people they are surrounding themselves in these circles that ends up leading them to be in these situations? Once again, you could blame the system. You could blame the marketplace. Obviously, you can't. You're not a Brad Pitt. You may not be a Viola Davis where you can demand a $10 or $20 million per film. And I know Taraji brought up a point how like reach these mountaintops because, like I said, like she kind of came out early on with Baby Boy, like in the urban audience. Curious Case of Benjamin Button, the big Brad Pitt movie. I think she got nominated for an Oscar, so I think that was a big turning tide where a lot, at least from the mainstream aspect, I think that's where white people first started hearing the Tarajis, 2008. She got nominated for an Oscar. So she mentioned there's these ebbs and flows where you think you make it to the top or the peak and then you got to keep going back. So my question is, who are you surrounding in your circle who isn't helping you get the leverage there? But at the same time, I think it's a sad fact that, once again, like you have to keep building yourself back up over and over again. And if you don't have the right lawyers, if you don't have the right people in place, you got to learn the lesson after the fact. So once again, I mean, I don't have a whole lot more to kind of speak on this. I think, Mo'Nique, she's, I've been watching her Sister Parkers, growing up. So, and then to see her stand-up career and everything. So I think she's definitely on a new tear. I think riding the coattails of the Club Shay Shay right after Cat Williams is pretty brilliant. But like I said, she's multi-talented. She continues to have her projects. She's working. I really like the fact of, like, she stands on her integrity. And once again, when you have integrity and standing on truth and the way she just has to say it, she even talked about way back when she was in high school, like her homegirl told her, like, yeah, this ain't really his baby, but I'm gonna make him raise it. Like she was calling things out and spitting truth back then. So that kind of added and made more sense how, once again, when you treat truth to power, it comes at a cost. There's people that want to pursue power and there's only people that want to pursue truth. And when you're stand on truth, guess what? It's going to cost you, because the worldly society isn't built on truth. It's built on this manufactured ideal machine that you feed the machine. You give the machine what it wants as far as whether it's the propaganda, whether it's the images, whether it's, the entertainment. You give the machine what it wants and the machine is very happy to you. And I think Taraji may, like many black actresses, goes down the path of giving the machine what it wants, but may not have things in place to where you actually get the leverage out the machine you want. That may not always be the case. You can give the machine what it wants and you may not have it there. So at least with Mo'Nique on her path, she continues to stay consistent. She's built a strong, loyal base. And, you see it with her projects, with her stand-up she continues to do. And she continues walking in that truth. Now, is she still fighting for her millions of dollars and caught up in lawsuits and all that? Yeah, of course. But yeah, I think, once again, it's a path less traveled, but I think it's a path that she just has to keep fighting for. So, that's all I really got to say on this. I know there's probably some other actors that I'm leaving out. If I ever feel inspired, once again, to revisit this topic, it'll be Black Girl Tragic Part 3, at some point, but we're going to just cap it off here. So once again, Conservative Brother Daily, thanks for tuning in, y'all. We'll be back, and I'll see y'all next time.